is unique for iOS because of that, because all of the devices will have to be registered with their Apple account. Now that is only going to happen, and that is exactly what we want to happen, by the way, if we navigate over here to this configuration button and enable this option right here, automatically manage devices. This way App Center is going to do precisely that, register and manage those devices. So of course, because all of those devices will have to be added to our Apple accounts, we have to sign in. So in here, in Apple Developer Account, I will have to add an account. Of course, I already have mine in here. It says invalid. Maybe all I have to do is reconnect. And indeed, that was it. But in case you don't have any account listed in here, you can simply click on Add Account and log in with your Apple credentials. Now, after that, we're going to have to select a distribution certificate. Here is where you want to make sure that you have paid Apple their annual fee to be a registered Apple developer. You can of course take a look at the process from developer.apple.com. In developer.apple.com/programs/enroll, this URL is of course going to be in the resources for this lecture, you're going to be able to start your enrollment. Enrolling as an individual is going to be enough, but if you're an organization, you will want to enroll as an organization. Essentially, what you will do is register as a developer with Apple. And you're going to pay a fee depending on whether you're individual or organization. The fee is going to be different, but that fee is going to enable you to publish those applications to the app stores. So here you can simply click on Start your enrollment, sign in with your Apple account, and complete the process. So feel free to pause this video while you finish up that process. If you already had your developer account, you are ready to go. I think that perhaps most of the people who are going to be in this course already have a developer account. They have been developing for a while. But in case you didn't, you can simply create it from here. And once you're ready, go back to App Center where we're going to have to upload a distribution certificate. So let's get the distribution certificate ready. What you will have to do is navigate again to developer.apple.com. This time you will now be able to navigate over to Account, and in this page navigate over to Certificates, Identifiers, and Profiles. In the Certificates tab, you will be able to create a new certificate. You will have to create a distribution certificate. So just click on this plus icon, select Apple Distribution, and actually in my case I see a couple of options. One is for use with Xcode 11 or later. Currently I am still using Xcode 10. Xcode 11 at the moment of recording this lecture is still in beta. So I will select the normal iOS distribution. In case that by the time you see this video Xcode 11 is out of beta, you will probably want to select this one instead. So iOS distribution. This distribution certificate is the one needed for us to register devices. Development certificates are not going to be enough for that. And down below, you don't have to select any services. We're not going to be using them. So just make sure that up here you click on Continue. In here, you're going to have to upload a certificate signing request. We have to create that directly from our Mac computer. So to do that, we're going to have to open the Keychain Access application that exists on our Mac. From here, you will have to select Keychain Access, select Certificate Assistant, and select Request a Certificate from a Certificate Authority. And this window is going to pop up. In here, simply select a username, select Save to Disk, so this CA email address is not required. Click on Continue, and just select where you want this certificate to be saved. In my case, I will just select Desktop, click on Save, and done. We can close the Keychain Access. Back in the developer portal for Apple then, we can choose that file that has just been created. So I navigate over to my desktop, select this certificate, click on Open, and now I can click on Continue. We're going to see an expiration date for the certificate name, and so on. All we have to do is click on Download, and a new SER file has been downloaded. First and foremost, I will have to select this file that has been downloaded, either directly here from Chrome or from the Finder. As soon as I do that, it is going to be installed on my computer. That means that now, if I navigate over to Keychain Access again and navigate over to my certificates, I will now see this distribution certificate. Now you can see that I already had one before, but this is the new one, the one that expires on July 24th, 2020, as we see over on the Apple Developer Portal. So what I have to do is select this certificate and expand it, and also select its key. So select both of the files. Make sure that both of the files are selected. Right click on this and select export the two items. This is going to create a P12 file. It is this P12 file, the one that we have to upload to App Center. Simply select where you want this. I am again going to be saving it to the desktop for now. Eventually you may want to save this somewhere else, a little bit safer. So click on save, and you're going to have to set a password in here. So try to make this password strong enough, but do not forget about it. You're going to be using it a little bit later. So with the password created, click on OK, and that P12 file is going to be generated. Excellent. We can now close the Keychain Access, navigate back to App Center, select Add Certificate in here, and we're going to upload that P12 file, which is of course on my desktop. Select it, click on Open. Here we have to enter that certificate password, so that's why you should not have forgotten about it. Click on Done, and now that certificate is going to be on App Center, which means now App Center is going to be registering those devices as I mentioned. So there we have it. We have successfully created the distribution group for iOS. Now, before completing this lecture and moving on to the next one where we're going to be creating the distribution group for Android, let me quickly show you that right here in this distribution group, we can click on the button right here next to the new release button and show a QR code so that if someone on our team just scans this code, they can quickly be navigated over to this URL where they will be able to install the application. Now, don't worry about that just yet. I just wanted to quickly show you this. We're going to be doing that later. For now, in the next lecture, we're going to be creating a similar distribution group now over on our Android application.